Have you seen there's like welders that do TikToks where it's like they critique the welds at amusement parks? Those are kind of funny. Like they'll show welds on machinery that's like people's lives depend on, and it's like looks like a fucking trainee. A monkey did it.
My whole family was up on that one.
Yeah.
I don't want that to be anybody.
For an autogenous TIG weld, that's all right. CWI to the amusement park.
That's the weld. That's the guy.
For an autogenous TIG weld, that's all right. No blending needed. Nice and smooth.
Not bad.
This guy added wire, and he doesn't know how to handle a rod because that is nasty. Got some overlap issues, big time, and consistency. This MIG welder right here, it's pretty nice. Got some stacked dimes. The other side's a little hot. Got some undercut, but that's okay. It's pretty solid, pretty average. Now, I'm no big spool gun welder, but come on, work on your consistency here. The starts are super cold, there's some bumps in it, and it's definitely underfilled craters. Saw this big old fat daddy, that's a solid weld right there.
Trust that one. Fat daddy weave.
You need to stick to threaded pipe. Almost threw up when I saw this one.
This is the kid ride.
Those are the best people on the planet. The people that use dickhead for good.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Weaponized dickhead is a good guy.
That would have stopped that submarine implosion.
Right.
That type of shit. That's the guy. Listen, that's the that's why you need white pilots and you need white aerospace engineers.
It's an unfortunate reality because
it's not just the skin, it's the age too. It has to be like they got to be at least like 45 years old.
Yeah.
And you know them when you see them because they look like shit.
They feel red flags.
And they got an attitude right off the bat with anything.
They're beard oil guys and they're skeptical.
They're not beard oil guys. They're like they don't even have that in them.
Yeah, you're right.
They don't even have a little bit of that in them.
When you're getting off the plane and they're just like they're like this kind of like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I remember when we had the female. I think I was with you.
We had a lesbian, so it was okay.
Yeah.
It was a big white lesbian.
Yeah. She was flying the plane.
Yeah.
Militant autism.
Her name was Karen.
fine. She was fine though. Yeah, her name was Karen.
He has a Subaru WRX probably at best, or an
hell no, not even that.
You think he's got a Duramax? An 06 Duramax?
He's got something that is like, what's the guy that does the car reviews? Kenny.
R32?
No, hell no. They don't have that type of hobby. He's got a model train in his basement.
What's he? This kid, this beard.
It's the guy that rebuilds his own microwave that you know.
Oh. My uncle can do that.
Yeah, your uncle who rebuilds his microwave.
He's got a microwave from the 50s. He just rebuilds it.
That's the type of guy that's like
Howard.
He
made his own analog intermittent windshield wipers, like in the circuits, like one that doesn't go up by steps, one that's analog.
Whoa!
Years ago, I was like, what?
Volume?
No, yeah.
Like
for the frequency.
Like
this
yeah.
This one was.
Skip this, Chris. Type in XOR kernel code and just see what comes up.
Wow.
That's the guy right there. Yeah. Go to YouTube and type in Jim Keller.
Yeah, that's the guy.
And this guy has even more swag than the guy I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of like your high school physics teacher, basically. Yeah, look up do the third one there. Dropping wisdom as always. Let's see what kind of attitude this fucking guy has.
I have $1 trillion worth of technology with a crack in the glass because I worked at Apple, and I think Steve would be unhappy that they would make a phone that would crack if you dropped it on the floor. That's stupid. Like,
he's already pissed off. He's calling it stupid.
Yeah, he doesn't give a shit.
You could tell him any idea, he'd go, "Well, that's stupid." That's the guy that you need. That's the guy that should be in charge of anything where someone's life is in danger.
Yep.
Or whatever.
Howard's like that.
Yeah.
Wow. Howard on a job site. Guy walks up to him with a thing. Wow, good story. Like that kind of guy. Like literally. Like show me something on your phone, Chuck. Like just like hand me your phone. Show me something that you did that's like not attached. Wow, I have time for that. What?
He says that for real, right?
Right to him.
To like blue collar, like tough guy worker guys.
Big guys, small guys, 2 guys, 5 guys. He's probably 5'5", 5'6", 130.
Yeah.
81. Been doing it since he was 51. And then he's like this, that guy's a moron. I didn't know I was babysitting children today.
Does he call people morons?
Morons, babysitting. Loves that one.
Yeah.
Captain Dipshit, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like this. Yeah, I'd do that if I was a fucking moron.
Moron.
But looks just like him.
Yeah, man.
Same guy. Like he's a Scot. Howard's Scottish. He'll talk about it. So he's like, so I'm a stubborn Scot. I don't have time for fucking retard shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, that's good. I miss him.
And this isn't one of the guys. One of like there's like 3-4 people in the world that can design, dye, like microprocessors like AMD or you know, like that. It's like Taiwan like isn't there or something, and they hide the guys that have the technology to make those like sigils on the chips. It's like 3 guys in the world.
I think that's bullshit.
It's, I mean, it could be bullshit. It just sounded so interesting. I was like, what the fuck? It was just interesting conspiracy.
I think it's
designing microchips in general, right?
That shit's fucking
there's
weird.
artistry to it.
I mean, it's I would say it's like a high art form, yeah.
Because it's stacking information.
It's creative problem solving. It's like incredibly complex. It's complex enough that you could call it an art form, yeah.
Yeah. Because that's the
when
certainly.
you
read innovative technology that'll take down AMD or whatever or
Intel.
NVIDIA.
Yeah.
NVIDIA, and there's like this chip could take down. Then you get into like you read like half an article, and basically what the sum of all things you get to is like, oh, there are like artisans in the industry that are trying to outperform the capabilities of what any NVIDIA product could do, which is like,
it's engineering. It's incredibly complex problem solving. Yeah.
You see the zoom in, like the electron microscope zoom in of the process just kept going
the
and
Apple
going
chip,
and going.
yeah.
Like that was fucking. What the fuck is that?
It's just complex.
Fucking crazy.
is it micro 3D engraving internally on the hardware of the chips?
There's all kinds of processes. There's like vapor. They use like chemicals and stuff. It's all there's
relief.
Whatever they got to do to lay down certain materials on silicon and create
gold.
Yeah, gold and stuff. Yeah.
So weird.
If we're all in the same idea, to be fair, isn't it just making a cube a pathway with apartment doors on like a
pathways for electrons, basically,
like just on a micro, and it's like stacking internally and stacking internally. So isn't it sort of like a mathematical space saving method where
space saving is important. It's architecture,
like non-Euclidean surface area fucking winding or something. I know what you're saying.
Into infinity of micro of
how much can you pack in a small space? Yeah.
Correct. And then all the way in, all the way out, and then you can probably jump layers that don't need to use them all the time. So you say this system that can jump, it's close proximity, so I can jump left to right.
Yeah.
Isn't this stuff so good?
It's amazing.
Like this is the top-down Forbidden City, Beijing.
Oh right,
look
it's
what it looks like.
We're one big microprocessor.
Yeah, it's so fucking hellish.
I think that's just an analogy. I mean, it's the reasoning by analogy is powerful, and it's probably the ultimate reasoning tool. But it's also you have to realize when it breaks down or it's not significant. Like if you look at a picture that looks like another picture, it might not necessarily
like how an
be the
iris
same
looks
thing.
like the Milky Way or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But reasoning by analogy, I think it is the most powerful reasoning tool. I think that's like how most people understand things. But it's also it does break down. Like it's not always accurate.
Well, it helps people grasp large amounts of information as fast as possible.
But it still holds up with the city thing because cities are like pathways for people to move around and store people and stuff. So it is the same thing, yeah.
Yeah, and it just has a different functionality of where the drop off and interconnections of usability of a certain. So if it's all one line, right?
Shit's crazy.
And if this computation inside a box, you could put them next to each other so they could jump pathways when it was only needed 3 out of 10 times. To harness the power and cut the path space. I mean, that's pretty simple stuff.
You think the air gap is real? Like the air gap viruses, whatever, like viruses that can jump hardware without connection?
I think that there's
Does that sound familiar?
I think you can take anything electronic and turn it into a radio.
Okay, yeah.
I think that's a thing. Yeah, can you type in what is it called?
one?
LoRa? Type in LoRa radio.
LAURA. It's spelled like
LORA radio. Long range. So this is a different thing. This is like ultra low energy.
I know all about this stuff.
But I think you can turn. There's a lot of stuff you can turn into radios. Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of like how a speaker is a microphone and a microphone is a speaker. Whatever the fuck that law is called.
Yeah, because I think I can. If you yell loud enough to this, you'd be able to.
And even light bulbs, like things that can register vibration, light bulbs can record.
I was told that like in a keyboard,
oh, it's the worst.
When you touch a key, it has a unique signal to it or something. Like each key has a unique electrical impulse or whatever. And hypothetically, you could be pointing a microphone from outside the building and pick up the keystrokes.
It'll key log you.
Yeah, something like that.
Or even like wall chargers for
key logging.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sure there's tons of stuff like that. It's not magic though. It's just like people that are ingenious.
Radio Shack man.
Radio Shack man. Hundreds of them working for the NSA to spy on you.
They found me early on. I was at Radio Shack. It's really recruited me.
Kind of porn I like.
Tranny porn. That stuff's cool. I've made a jet ski into a loudspeaker.
I am one.
I am one now.
I was one.
But now I'm back. That's bullshit.
When I was in Afghanistan, I could look up any kind of tranny porn.
It was fast and easy. I could just go on browsers.
I got lots of it.
I could go on Pornhub. Or I could go
type in
on
Chris. We got to see
Lobster.
Chris Beck. We got to get Chris Beck on the show.
Chris Beck was outside. I swear. Before we were outside.
There's a lot of guys that look like Chris Beck
There's
outside.
one that looked just like Chris Beck outside. Like, I'm not kidding.
Is
The
he a
one
crazy porn guy or
There
something?
was a guy
he went trans. He was trans, and then he detransed.
Really?
Yeah.
And he does his thing now. He does interviews where he's like, "We could get any information on your phone. You could take the no shit. You could take the battery out of the phone and still find it. Fucking dumbass. No shit. We could I'll tell you, if you had the battery taken out of your phone, we could know where the phone is still, and we could locate your locate. Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
No shit.
Can you locate it if it's in a Faraday
Fucking
cage?
Army tranny guy? Maybe not. I don't know.
You could
He didn't say anything about that though.
What is it? What?
He didn't say anything about
Batting
that. No.
cage?
Like a Faraday.
Oh,
Faraday cage.
If you take the battery out of your phone,
Fuck you.
I can still listen to you.
That's him. That's him when
In
he
the
was a
old days,
girl
when you
at
took
the
the batteries
bottom.
out. You take the batteries out and think you're good, and you go in there and skiff, and you can talk about whatever you want. Well, I could still listen to you.
Damn.
We were doing stuff that you could never
Shut
find
up.
what we were doing, ever, and you never will. And it's in every piece of equipment right now.
Yeah, we will, and we know
in every
that it's
chip.
possible.
Right now,
fucking-
there's
So this is the
stuff.
whistleblower of the century?
And
Yeah.
where
I
we
don't
buy all the
understand.
chips from.
Yes, that's what you're
He
supposed to
seems like he
understand.
was fucking molested.
Dude, this guy,
Right to him,
this guy would
God.
probably laugh at Chris Beck so hard.
Yeah, he would.
He'd be like, "Man, shut up, man, shut your."
So I haven't
You're a
fixed it
moron.
Yeah,
before.
that's enough of this crap.
Like, why would you make
Yeah,
that?
man.
So I
There's
haven't
another
fixed
good
it
one. Mike,
because-
type in Michael Saylor.
Oh, Michael Saylor's cool.
Michael Saylor knows everything.
He looks like he's been through the fucking ringer.
Yeah.
I know what a Michael Saylor. Michael Saylor looks like guys that I've met in my life. Like,
Someone asked him about the price of Bitcoin dropping, and he started talking about how he said companies that were down 99%.
wow,
Different. Find him talking in his house.
he's getting a little bit of a personality, huh? Because he always looks like he just sucked down a bottle of fucking
He looks
red.
drunk.
Oh, he looks.
He
cocked.
looks.
You have a 20th century.
He's
Come on,
not
dude.
drunk.
I've talked to Paul.
You know what-
Paul the woodworker. You talk to him
Yeah.
playing pool at a bar. If
Yeah.
you drink as much as everybody. has.
Don't play it. The other thing this guy does, it's funny how these guys are all like stamped out at the factory,
Mhm.
but there's so few of them. They're like treasures. Like these are the guys that build highways,
Mhm.
buildings, and they don't fall. That's why they don't fall down. Like period.
Yeah.
But the thing this guy does, anytime he's trying to make a point, it'll be like he'll bring the other person in and make it a demonstrative like little play where he's like, so if I'm trying to kill you, what I would do is I would open a steel factory, boil down 200 pounds of steel, make it into a bullet, and then I put that into a tube with a high pressure. Like he does that type of thing, but it's always like it kind of like jags you. Like if I was trying to ruin your life and kill your family, what I would do is I would get a boat, a hull that's been engineered with aluminum, aerospace.
He brings out like a tragic point.
Yeah.
Simple manufacturing on utility to get to said result.
His little plot of how he'd create a torture device or whatever.
Or talk about the autonomy of a car or
Yeah.
like the anatomy of a vehicle.
If I want to build a car, it's just that type of little story. It's just crazy how many different guys do that. Hit play. Just watch
It
this
makes you
guy.
feel like a retard.
Economy
Yeah.
running on a crippled system with defective assets. And then you have
in
a
his ears.
digital opportunity where you can actually run on a digital
Gold
capital.
earrings. He's got
pins
that
in his
is
ears.
White
100%
gold
available,
earrings from
where
David
the
Yurman.
capital
Yeah.
has a useful life of 10,000 years.
Inner ear jewelry.
It works for
David Yurman
anybody,
earbuds.
right? It works for anybody at any stage in the hierarchy.
Click in the middle.
There's nothing more valuable. $1 billion fire, and then $1 billion network, and then a 10 billion, then 100 billion. Now it's a $1 trillion network, but still $1 trillion is 0.1% of the economy. So 0.1% of the economy has clean money, and 99.9% of the
We'd have to find. It doesn't matter. It's like you remember No Country or no. There Will Be Blood.
Yep.
Remember at the end when he's like, "I steal your milkshake."
Mhm.
That type of
Yes.
illustrating a point.
Yeah.